Well, you know the old expression, glass half full, you know, what's
Half empty.
Positive
Prefer half
attitude.
full.
Accentuate the positive.
Yeah.
Eliminate the negative. That's what I was trying to think of, that old song.
You're talking about Cocktails and Chemo. Right?
Yeah, you know, trying to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right. Amanda Clark has done just that. Wait till you meet her. She is the founder of Cocktails and Chemo.
Happy birthday, dear Joe. Happy birthday to you.
Cocktails and Chemo started as a blog. My husband was 28 years old when he got diagnosed with colon cancer, and we didn't know anybody our age that had cancer. We couldn't find anyone to relate to. So we started writing as a way to deal with what we were going through, and we called it Cocktails and Chemo because our martini dates kind of turned into chemotherapy dates. And he would write from the perspective of the patient, and I would write from the perspective of the caregiver. When my husband died from colon cancer in 2014, all of a sudden I'm sitting there, I'm a young mom, I'm a widow, and we've started this community, this following with Cocktails and Chemo, and I thought, well, what the heck do we do with this now? And so the Cocktails and Chemo Foundation was born. He said, before he died, he said, live loud, love deep, cry hard, and take more pictures. And that is everything that we do. We hope to love deep and live loud. We encourage people to cry hard. It's okay to feel the pain and to take more pictures and share the memories of your loved ones and cherish every moment. So Cocktails and Chemo, we do a few things. One of them is that we send care packages to caregivers that are nominated on our website. Cocktails and Chemo also offers financial grants to families that are struggling to pay for childcare. Childcare was a huge issue for us. My daughter was 3 months old. I was working, my husband is trying to be in chemotherapy, and we just needed a safe place for her to keep up with a normal routine. And so our tribe scholarships help people pay for childcare and babysitters and nannies to keep some string of normalcy when everything around you feels like total chaos. Cocktails and Chemo also has a monthly sip and support in our chapters in Indianapolis, Chicago, and Minneapolis. And in Indianapolis, we're really working to grow that community where we meet the last Thursday of every month, and it is a support group without the stigma. We call them sip and supports. So it's just basically drinking wine and refueling your soul. And because you're around people that get it, that have been caregivers, that know what this is about, you can feel safe. And that's really what it's all about, is feeling like you have a safe community. Our sip and supports, they have wine, they have chair massages, we do appetizers, every new person that comes, we leave them with a little gift, and we want them to feel welcomed into this community of people, to feel like they now belong. But you have to deal with it and like go through it and admit that like I'm in pain and this is really hard. And this is not the life I asked for. This was not the plan. This was never the plan. Julie and I met in the mix of a very messy life.
Correct.
And your husband was very sick, and you found the blog.
Correct.
And
yes.
and what did you think? What did you think of my blog? Right? It's funny. What did you think?
No pressure. I started following the blog, and I thought somebody had taken the words out of my mouth much more eloquently. But you were saying all of the things that I was experiencing and thinking. And then later I realized my husband was also following along with Joe's journey. And so it was a good way for us to talk about a lot of different things that were happening in our lives. We felt like to us.
We've been talking about the Sip and Support, which is like our monthly community. And what do you like about these get-togethers? I know what I like the wine, but what do you like?
Yeah. I mean, the wine is a plus.
Yes.
I just like it's a time to get away. You can kind of stop worrying about everything else and, have a girls' night, a caregiver night, if you will. You can share things that are bothering you, hear how people are dealing with it. Maybe they have advice or tips, but the food and wine is always a perk.
It's a perk.
It's great.
I love it. Good job.
Thanks.
Is that good? What else do we have to do? Good job. You see, you're good. You think you're not good. And you're pretty.
You're sweet. And I need wine.
I know, me too.